guys, I am Shaylan Pastias. I'm studying at St. Gabriel College, a student from first year of Bachelor of Science in Medical Technologies. Today I am presenting to you, I am going to present a experiment, the cigarette smoking bottle. So just tune in. First, remember to wear your PPE. So that's it. Let's start our experiment. A little reminder to all, always wear your PPE when you are doing the experiment. So first, let me introduce to you or present to you the materials. The plastic bottle. So I choose the bigger one. Next is the cigarette. So I have 4 and we are going to use 3 only, but in case that the cigarette will get wet, so we have extra 1. Next is the cotton. This cotton will record if there are coloration after the experiment, so that's it. Next is scissor, of course, for cutting purposes. The smaller one, so cute, and also the tape. So I choose this one as it is adhesive. Next, of course, tissue for wiping purposes. So that's it. Of course, match for lighting. Before I forgot, we have the water. So obviously it contains more water because of the bigger glue that I used. Next is, of course, some towel to wipe our hands clean. Even though we are using glove, we need to use towel to wipe our hand clean, not to wet the cigarette and also the cotton. So make sure to clean the area before starting the experiment to avoid miscalculation. So here is the cap of the bottle, which I already bore it and put a hole on the cap of the bottle enough to fit the tobacco stick. So here it is. It's like a small circle inside. That's it. Next is the water bottle, the container, the bigger container that I choose. I already put a hole also instead of at the bottom, so I put a hole in the side on the bottom part, like the side part. As you can see, I choose the bigger bottle for better result. So here is the tobacco or the cigarette. So always make sure that the tobacco is not upside down, which is my first mistake. Make sure that the tobacco is not upside down, like the filler is inside the container. It is inside the container so that the lower side of the cigarette, which contains the small pieces of tobacco, which we light it, or most of the common smoker light their cigarette. So I inserted the half of the tobacco stick to the board cap. So luckily the tobacco fits and it has a small hole, which I already covered with adhesive tape to avoid the escape of air. Next is I wrap the inserted portion of tobacco with cotton, and also I make sure that it is tightly wrapped to avoid a escape of air or something like that. So that's it. Next is the water bottle, the hole in the bottle. So this idea I get it from one of the videos on the YouTube. So I use a pen to be a stopper to the whole of the bottle. So that's it. So I fill the bottle with water, which is 1/4 space or 1/4 volume of the container. So we're going to light the cigarette like that, and when lighting up the cigarette, I open the stopper. So here I am showing that the cigarette is lit. So obviously you can see smoke inside the bottle, and the cigarette is slowly burning up while the water is still continue flowing. And in closer look, you can see that the smoke is slowly filling the container, and that's it. So as you can see, the cigarette is, ta-da! It's totally burned and turned into ash. So I get the cotton and put it aside for comparison after I did the second and third trial. I mean the second and third experiment. So voila, obviously there's smoke, so voila, there's smoke. This is the purpose of our face mask, to avoid inhalation of second-hand smoke. So second experiment. Obviously I clean or set aside the bottle, and I follow these steps. Again, I repeat the steps like putting the tobacco or inserting half of the tobacco stick to board cap and wrapping the inserted portion of tobacco with cotton. Also, I always make sure that the tobacco and cotton is tightly wrapped. So I wipe my hand dry to make sure not to wet the tobacco and the cotton. So here it is. Hello. Also make sure to wipe dry the mouth of the bottle to avoid the cotton will not touch the surface of water, to avoid capillary action and will wet the cigarette. So I asked someone for help to lit the cigarette. Of course, I'm afraid to burn my hand and also the gloves. So here is the closer look of the slowly burning up of cigarette and the smoke inside. So here it is almost at the bottom part, and also the water is slowly getting empty. As you can see, the water bottle or the container is filled with smoke. And here is the smoke inside, which let's go to third experiment, which is also I repeated the step of wrapping the inserted portion of tobacco with cotton tightly and nicely. So the container is almost full, to make sure that the cotton will not touch the surface of the water to avoid capillary action. So here it is, the cigarette is almost burned out, and the smoke is like filling the water faster, like compared to the first bottle, second bottle. So here it is flowing down, and the cigarette is almost burning the cap of the bottle. So here it is, the bottle is filled with smoke, and the smoke is denser. Reminder, the cigarette is already pulled off. So I remove the cotton and set aside. The smoke is denser. So, coloration reveal. It's slightly yellowish. The cotton changed to yellowish color. So hopefully it shows coloration due to the smoke. Also, the change in color of the cotton represent the disease that smoking can cause a person. Imagine the result of coloration of just one stick in the cotton. Next is the second experiment or the second trial of smoking bottle, cigarette smoking bottle. So here it is. It's so tightly wrapped and it is hard for me to take. But still, I hope it shows some coloration. Ooh, and voila! It changed to more like yellowish brown, more like darker than the first cigarette, and the cotton has a darker color than the first. Next is the third trial, so I'm just drying it because I accidentally dropped it in the basin of water, but it's fine because I already finished the experiment before I dropped it, so luckily I hope it will get the result. And as you can see, the wetness of the cotton, the yellowish color transferred to my gloves. So it is hard to get the wrap, and the coloration. My gloves also has coloration. So, ooh, you see that? The filler is brown, and yes, the cotton has the coloration of darker yellowish brown than the first and the second. So here it is, the first one, the second, and the third smoking bottle. So the cotton shows coloration, but let's check the filter. So ooh, it's brown. So let's say it's the dirt and the chemicals that smokers inhale when they are smoking. Next is the second one. First, I opened the third cigarette. So here is the filter coloration reveal on the second one. So it is lighter than the third one. So here it is, the first the coloration reveal on the filter of first cigarette. So here it is. Ooh, it's more it's lighter than the third, the second. Obviously you can see the result like the yellowish one, the yellowish brown, and the darker yellowish brown. So that's it. It is the result of 3 bottles, cigarette smoking bottles. What is cigarette smoking? Smoking is the act of inhaling and exhaling the fumes of burning plant material. A variety of plant materials are smoked, including marijuana, hashish, but the act is most commonly associated with tobacco as smoke in a cigar, or pipe. According to record and statistics, cigarette smoking in the Philippines is nearly 23% of Filipino adults are daily tobacco smokers, or 38.2% for males who on the average smoked 11 cigarettes a day, and 6.9% for females who on average smoke 7 cigarettes per day. So why do people smoke? People say that they use tobacco for many different reasons like stress relief, pleasure, or in social situations, while others reason out that there are benefits to smoking cigarettes. Like among smokers has responded that cigarette smoking or nicotine administration has several benefits like including modest improvement in vigilance and information processing, facilitation of some motor responses, and perhaps enhancement of memory. So, why does it feel good to smoke? Nicotine stimulates the release of the chemical dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is involved in triggering positive feelings. It is often found to be low in people with depression who may then use cigarette as a way of temporarily increasing their dopamine supply. So it makes smoker want to smoke more because nicotine and other chemicals in tobacco smoke are easily absorbed into the blood through the lungs. From there, nicotine quickly spreads throughout the body when taken in small amount. Nicotine causes pleasant feelings and distracts the user from unpleasant feeling. This makes the tobacco user want to use more or want to smoke more tobacco. In some agenda, people new to smoking are likely to experience dizziness, nausea, and coughing or gagging. The mood-altering effects of nicotine are subtle, complex, and powerful. Some people feel that smoking helps them to be alert and concentrate, and also that it helps them to feel relaxed. But despite the fact that the cigarette smoking has some benefits, in some point it also had the harmful effects like cancer, heart disease, stroke, lung diseases, diabetes, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Smoking also increases risk for tuberculosis, certain eye diseases, and problems of the immune system, including rheumatoid arthritis. Even for the person who smoked one cigarette, it also has a harmful effects like smoking just 1 or 2 times can cause immediate symptoms such as the coughing and raw throat that you experienced, as well as nausea, lightheadedness, dizziness, and other unpleasant feelings. That's the instant effect of all those toxic chemicals coming out of a cigarette or cigar, which your body isn't used to. Because people who smoke as little as 1 cigarette a day over their lifetime still have a greater risk of early death than people who have never smoked. There are several harmful effects of cigarette smoking, especially to teens, and some health risks such as stained teeth, periodontal disease including tooth loss, chronic coughing, increased phlegm, emphysema, and bronchitis, as well as being more susceptible to influenza, mild airway obstruction, reduced lung function and slowed growth of lung function, and shortness of breath and phlegm. Also, cancer, breathing problems and chronic respiratory conditions, heart disease, stroke, blood circulation problems, diabetes, infections, dental problems, hearing loss, and vision loss. To make sure our lives is more healthier and away from health risk, you need to quit smoking right now. So these are the reasons why you need you need to stop smoking. First, smoking makes you look older. Smoking gives you facial wrinkles and results in premature aging from dry skin. Smoking gives you the odor. Smoking damage to your airwaves Your immune system is affected, constricted blood vessels, heart disease, complication from diabetes. If you want to stop smoking, you can make small changes to your lifestyle that may help you resist the temptation to light up. First, think positive. Make a plan to quit smoking. Consider your diet, change your drink, identify when you crave cigarettes, get some stop smoking support, get moving, make non-smoking friends, or think about trying some of these activities. First, exercise. Second, get out of the house for a walk. Third, chew gum or hard candy. 4. Keep your hands busy with a pen or toothpick or play a game in some mobile app. And number 5, drink lots of water. Number 6, relax with deep breathing. Number 7, go to a movie. And lastly, number 8, spend time with non-smoking friends and family. So that's all. Hope you quit smoking right now. So, signing out.